the center. All versions have a red background to denote the revolutionary character of the Katipunan. Llanera's flag design was derived from the Katipunan initiation rite using a black hat, white triangle with the letters Z, L, and B. Pio del Pilar's flag, bandila ng matagumpay. Bonifacio's flag, first used at the Pride of Tigatlawin on August 23, 1986. Magdiwang flag. Magdiwang chapter used this flag up to the time the top of Biak na Bato was signed. First official revision. The first official revision.
Happy Independence Day. My exon today is not just an ordinary Independence Day. At the national level, we are going through unprecedented times. Reforms that have been started, reforms that are meeting some resistance, reforms that are oftentimes also criticized, but all these are making our country better. And as we improve as a country, as we improve as a nation, our people's lives also improve. Kaloy sa Diyos, maayo ang lakaw sa atong ekonomiya. And then, the peace agreement for Mindanao was signed. A follow-through to the peace agreement with the MNLF. Now we have another peace agreement with the MILF. The next step is the approval of the basic law, because the peace agreement only contains the wish list that both sides have agreed upon. The government of the Republic of the Philippines and the MILF. Naipatik diha unsa ang atong nasabutan that we will achieve, we will fulfill, we will perform. But this has to be operationalized by what is called as the Basic Law, where the actual programs of reform, the actual programs of peace will be implemented by statutory imprimatur. Mahimong balaod ang programa where, as a law, everybody has to respect. Sometimes, the drafting, the formulation of the Basic Law can be more challenging than the formulation of the peace agreement. Kaya sa peace agreement, duhara ka sides ang imong tanawon. The side of the government and the side of this time, the MILF. But sa Basic Law, daghan mga sides ka na. Having been a congressman myself, I have experienced nga you may be happy with what you have done at the committee level. Bisan pag ikaw ang chairman, you may be proud of what you have done by way of a committee report. Pero pag abot sa floor, pag abot sa period of amendment, pag abot sa voting dito na sa plenary, you may be the first to say that you are not happy with what has been approved. It is not unusual in Congress and even in the Senate that the sponsor, the author, may not be happy with the final version of what he or she has started. It is not unusual. Mao nga I hope that the Basic Law will embrace the spirit and the letter of the peace agreement. Because that peace agreement already captures this intention of the parties, the dreams and aspirations of both sides of the equation. Kita sa Mindanao are waiting anxiously for the passage and implementation of the Basic Law. There will be adjustments. Sigurado ka na. There will be those who will be unhappy with it. There will be those who will even resist it. But ang importante is we make that attempt to achieve peace. Peace that has eluded Mindanao for centuries. Peace that has a conflict that has ruined the lives of many Mindanaoans. A conflict that has resulted to the departure of many Mindanaoans seeking greener pastures outside. Mao nga ato kining gikinahanglan so that we will have for the first time a real chance, a real opportunity to grow as much as we want. Ato kanang gikinahanglan mao nga naghangyo kitang tanan nga unta ang Basic Law will mirror the intention, the spirit, and the objectives of the peace agreement. Like I said, dili malikayan na ay dili malipay. But it is not as if that we are sacrificing the country for the benefit of a few. No. In fact, we may have to sacrifice the interest of the few for the benefit of our country. Mao mga igsoon, nga kana mo yatong gipaabot, and I find comfort in the thought that the President, in many occasions, and I'm sure he will announce it again today in his Independence Day speech, that he wants the Basic Law passed as soon as possible para sa Mindanao, para sa atong nasod. kita sa dakbayan sa Cagayan de Oro. Of course, I have been saying this ever since, that we look at Cagayan de Oro not only as a territory bounded by Bugo to Bulwa, bounded by Makabalan or Bonbon Bayabas to Tumpagon or Bisigan, but we are a city that leads Region 10. We are a city that is the trading center, the regional hub that is the leader in Region 10. We are a city that Region 10 looks up to for guidance, for showcasing, and for best practices. We are a city that where everybody from Region 10 and from many parts of Mindanao converges. Katigom-tigom, and certainly the migration rate of Cagayan de Oro will increase. Certainly, many people will find prosperity and growth and chance of having a better life in Cagayan de Oro. And certainly, the migration into Cagayan de Oro will in fact increase. As we improve the city, many will come to Cagayan de Oro City. Dili ka na malikayan. And we should not be afraid of that. We should not be threatened by that. Ang importante is we prepare Cagayan de Oro for what it should be in the years ahead. Dili lang regional center, dili lang regional hub, dili lang regional trading center, but the prime city of Mindanao. Gihaguan kini sa atong mga forefathers whose statues now are here proudly stand in Divisoria. Anapay uban whose statues may not have been made yet, but certainly they will have their respective places here in Divisoria as a way of expressing our deep and sincere gratitude sa ilang paghago, sa ilang pagpaningkamot, so that Cagayan de Oro will become indeed the prime city. And we are well on our way, kaloy sa Diyos. Not because of Oka Moreno, no. We are on our way because the people of Cagayan de Oro are united. We are on our way to progress and prosperity because the people of Cagayan de Oro want it. We are on our way to progress and prosperity because the people of Region 10 support it. Sila, ang atong mga silingan, ang nagpadani sa mga malls, nagpadani sa mga dagan ng mga establishmento dinhi sa ato. Kaya kung imo lang tanawon ang Cagayan de Oro, we only have not even 700,000 warm bodies. But on any regular day, there are at least 1.5 million warm bodies here in Cagayan de Oro. Nagpaila that Cagayan de Oro is the place of the region. Mao nga sila po sa atong mga silingan, they also contribute to the growth of Cagayan de Oro. Mao precisely nga we are not divided by boundaries. The reality is, walay boundary between Cagayan de Oro and Manolo Fortich. Walay boundary between Cagayan de Oro and Libona or Baungon or even Talakag. Walay boundary between Cagayan de Oro and Upol. Walay boundary certainly between Cagayan de Oro and Taguluan, Villanueva, and Nasaan. O ang atong mga silingan. There is even no boundary between Cagayan de Oro and the rest of Mindanao. All of these boundaries are merely fictions. All of these boundaries are merely meant to define responsibilities. But we breathe the same air. We drink the same water. We share the same future. We suffer from the same problems, and we benefit and enjoy the fruits of our own labor. And today, as we celebrate once again our Independence Day, we are experiencing unprecedented growth, like I said. Ang importante niini is that Cagayan de Oro will take part of this growth and prosperity through peace, solidarity. Ang importante niini is, from a bigger picture, Region 10 also takes part niining growth and prosperity. As we all take part, munang gitawag nga inclusive growth. Anything that we do, ang importante is inclusive ang atong approach. There are two terms now, duha ka mga termino nga importante kayo. These are inclusiveness and resiliency. We have seen how our people suffered. We have seen how Cagayan de Oro was devastated by CdO. Nakita na to kung asa kapait ang kalamidad sama sa CdO. Never has it happened before in the life of Cagayan de Oro, in the history of Cagayan de Oro. And yet, we were able to rebound from that. The bombing of last year was also devastating. Pero kini mga problema, sometimes tungod sa reaksyon nato, magakalikon ninon kita og samot. And what reaction that really has giabot gayud sa kinautupan gayud sa akong nahuna, the reaction of the city that I have never imagined, the reaction of prayer, collective prayer. Dito ko na-realize how prayer can indeed be powerful. In devastation, in frustration, in the periods of disappointment, prayers can be most reassuring. And prayers indeed can be most inspiring. So we started our celebration today with a prayer sa atong mga interfaith leaders. And we pray nga unta, we would be able to hand on to the next generation a better Cagayan de Oro, a much better Cagayan de Oro. And we pray nga unta ang mga kabatanunan karon would be inspired by the sacrifices, the services that we provide, so that when their time comes, they too will be reminded of those that we have done, and will even strive to do better. Kay bao ka na ang hagit, bisan asa ka man in any community. Every generation must be better than the previous one. As we strive to be better than the generation that we have succeeded to, we pray na unta ang generation that will follow us will be better than we are. And that is our task. Dili angay ikamahay, but angay ikalipay nga ang atong mga sumusunod are better than us. Because as we improve, as the city, the region improves, the people also are given a better life. And of course, they will remember the stairs, the road that the community has taken from its humble beginnings. Palipay sa tanan, let us enjoy and savor this moment that is very special because our forefathers have sacrificed immensely so that we will have a better and enjoyable life. And let us do the task of preparing our community for a better and much more enjoyable life for our successors. Salamat, may buntag sa tanan.